If you call me names, even if you give me tags, I'll stay focused. I must have my eyes on the ball. And why am I so active in this struggle to liberate Kenya? People say sometimes Rigiji is overzealous. Why is he overzealous? He's too passionate in fixing Kenya. It's because I know the speaker here who said now, we must not continue saying we were deceived, we were cheated. It is true. We have said enough. But Rigiji here played a very big role in creating the mess that Kenya is. I did. I persuaded many people, over 4 million people, to elect William Ruto. I take the blame. And many times I've apologized to the people of Kenya. But in our community they say, making a mistake is not very bad. What is very bad is repeating it. So I am saying, the way I bear the greatest responsibility of creating the mess that Kenya is in, I bear even greater responsibility to fix the mess. It's only fair. It's only fair to the people of Kenya that the people who played a great role in creating this mess must play even a greater role to fix the mess. So I have a duty, I have a calling, I'm a man on a mission. We must fix Kenya for posterity, for our children. So what brings me to America? I've come to America because the Kenyans who live here must be listened to. I've come to listen to the people of Kenya, and that's what I'm doing. And I've listened quite a bit. I think this is my 4th town hall meeting among so many other meetings. I've held more than 25 meetings with selected groups of church people, business people, community leaders, and I'm listening. And from what I have heard so far, Kenyans in the US are restless. They are afraid. They are concerned. They are worried about what is happening back home. They are unable to sleep, not knowing whether their relatives have been killed or not. They care that their parents cannot go to hospital and get treated. They are in anguish that their younger brothers and nephews and nieces cannot go to university because the education system has been messed up. The Kenyan people living here are part and parcel of the Kenyan nation. And when Kenya ails, they feel it. And more than anybody else, the people living here are feeling the effects of economic mismanagement in Kenya. Because you people work very hard. And since you are good people, you take part of your savings back home to help the people you left behind. True or false? So when the economy is not doing well, you know. The shopping you are doing for your mother 3 years ago before William Ruto took over for 20,000. Today, for similar shopping, you need 50,000. True or false? So Kenyans living here are serious stakeholders of the Kenyan happenings. And therefore, I came to listen to you, and that's what I'm doing, and to say that what you are telling me is what I know. Things have gone south. When we went to elections in 2022, we had a lot of hope. William Ruto had given a lot of promises to the Kenyan people. And there was a lot of expectation. But as the speaker has said here, as soon as he took the Bible, all those things, he put them aside and started on a path of destroying the Kenyan nation. And I must tell you, because many people ask me, You are elected as deputy president. Kwa nini si ungevumilia tu, ukae tu umalize? I tried, but it became difficult because I'm a truthful person. And a truthful person and a pathological liar to coexist is also a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult. It's like mixing oil with water. Even if you try to shake, after some time, the water will settle down. Lying to the Kenyan people. We promise that we will put money in their pocket. Instead of putting money in their pocket, we pick the little that they had. We promise people that we will not evict people without giving them alternative accommodation. People are evicted every day. Overtaxation, corruption, destruction of institutions. You know what happened as soon as we came in? William Ruto embarked on a scheme to capture the opposition. He looked for Raila Odinga and compromised him. And the old man became a supporter of all the wrong things that are going on in Kenya. He captured parliament, he captured Senate, he destroyed all the institutions of oversight. And then the impunity began in earnest. I was left the only lone voice in Kenya, inside the government, who was saying, no, this is wrong. The finance bill of 2024, I told William Ruto, this is too much. Please, Kenyans are crying, they cannot afford it. He says, no, you don't have to do what is popular, you do what is right. I said, boss, if the majority of the people who give us a job think it is not right, how do we insist it is right? He said, hapana, tuendele. And what happens is because nature abhors vacuum. When there was nobody to speak for the people of Kenya except Rigiji alone, nature abhors vacuum. Another body had to come up to speak for the people of Kenya. That's how the Gen Zs came up. Because nature abhors vacuum. So when the Gen Zs started saying, no, this is wrong, and started agitating on behalf of the people of Kenya, a decision was made to clamp down on them. Abduction started, and torture, and I opposed from inside government. On June 24th, 2024, a security meeting was held, National Security Council, and I was a member. I was excluded because William Ruto knew I would not agree to the decisions that were being made to kill our young people. A decision was made to massacre and butcher children the following day on June 25th. That's how your nephew succumbed to bullet wounds. Children, young ones, were killed like chicken. That evening, the president called a press conference and said they are criminals and they are treasoners and they will be dealt with. The following day, as deputy president, on 26th, I flew to Mombasa and called a press conference and told off William Ruto. You remember? Yes. And from that day, we never saw eye to eye. We never spoke again. We started talking on SMS. He couldn't believe that I could tell him off publicly. And I told him I cannot be part and parcel of a government that kills children. And our relationship became worse and worse. And he told me he'll get rid of me unless I resign. And I told him I'll not resign, get rid of me. He mobilized funds and gave members of parliament and senate to hold me out of office. And I was quite happy because I could not be party to what was going on. In hindsight, today when I look back, I think my being removed from office was a blessing to me and to the people of Kenya. I don't want to imagine that today I will be deputy president and be part of what is going on, because I will not accept. So we would not have agreed tungekosana kwa sababu singekubali. So we now have an opportunity to do the right thing and fix our country. And this country we shall fix. Because the Kenyan people are resilient, they are determined, and will fix this country together. As we speak, Kenya is at crossroads because of the killings. The CS for Interior, Kipchumba Murkomen, gave an order of shoot to kill against the teachings, the Bible, and against the Kenyan Constitution. And that has been happening. Since he gave that order, so many young people have been killed. The president himself, despite saying that he's a Christian, against the Bible teachings, the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, gave an order in public that people should be shot in the leg. Most of you are in the health sector. Does not mean that if you are shot in the leg, you will not die. If you are shot, you'll bleed and die, isn't it? He gave that order. That's the level of impunity in Kenya. Nelson Koech is the chairman of the Committee for Defense and Foreign Relations in the National Assembly. He is supposed to oversight the military and the National Intelligence Service. He went ahead to say, President, you are wrong. They should not be shot in the leg, they should be shot in the head. That is the kind of impunity that we have back home. And that is a problem that we must fix. People asking me, you people are not saying what are your economic problems? What are your economic solutions? My good people, we must first stop the spilling of blood before we can talk about the economy. The first thing that we must stop is the killings. Even if we fix the economy, who will it benefit if our children are dead? If parents are living in fear, when your children leave the house, you don't know whether they'll come back. You know, nowadays we live in fear. Anytime I see my children calling me at night, I hold my breath. And that is the situation everywhere in the country. You don't know what information is being relayed to you. We must fix the issue of extrajudicial killings and the issue of abductions. And that is why Kenyans are saying, for us to fix that problem, Ruto must go. Because he's the one who has done it and publicly pronounced himself about the killings. When you look at what is happening in the social space, I have been here now for a month. I'm so impressed by the health system here in the United States, especially the care for the elderly and the children. We had a program called NHIF that was working but limping with a few challenges. That system required 800 million shillings to fix. Instead, William Ruto put it aside and brought something called SHA and SHIF at a cost of 104 billion. Money that he is stealing with these people. It's not working. The health system has collapsed. The education system has collapsed. The other day, the CS for National Treasury announced correctly that they have no money to fund free primary education started by Mwai Kibaki. Of course, the president and everybody says it is not true. But the truth of the matter is that capitation money has not been released for the last 1 year. And school principals and headmasters of primary schools live in fear of auctioneers every day because they are not able to pay for supplies. What is sad is that money is not available to fund our education. The money is stolen through the National Intelligence Service, given to that soprano guy to go around the country dishing it out. The other day they were in Bobasi. they had 10 helicopters. These helicopters are almost having an accident in the air because of the sheer number of helicopters. And they're actually creating havoc even among livestock. Even the cows are having miscarriages. Yeah. Even the hens are not laying eggs. Because their helicopters are all over the village wreaking havoc and creating fear among animals. So, at an average of 1 million shillings per helicopter, that is 10 million. The cost of the event itself is 10 million. Then they come and give some other 3-4 million. Then they go away. You saw some woman there in Kisii. She said she had a group of 31 women. She was given 2,000. Each woman 64 shillings. And then Soprano is saying that it is economic empowerment. You know, surely, you know, sometimes, and the guy is a professor. You know, sometimes you look at people, matharau kwa Wakenya. You give people 64 shillings unasema at an economic empowerment. Yet if that lady had gone to pick tea for a day, kibarua, angeenda na 100 yake ine ama 500, si ndio? And then the women are lined up from 6 a.m. kuibia hawa watu viongozi, singing for them, praising them, clapping. The whole day wanashinda huko jioni, 64 shillings. This is money that was meant for education. You know, that is how low we have sunk as a country. Some people have gone to court, say, can Soprano explain the source of this wealth? His salary is known. It's 1 million shillings. He has been deputy president for 10 months. 10 million. So far, he has given 220 million in the last 2 months. Where has this money come from? These are proceeds of corruption. And this is money meant for education. And that's why Kenyans are saying one down. And you cannot blame the people of Kenya. Because all you kuchekelea wa Kenya. You know, you are laughing at the people of Kenya. Their children are at home, they cannot go to school. They are having harambes to settle their hospital bills because there is no drugs in hospital. Then unachukua helicopter 10 nasunguka na pesa from one meeting to another. It's the level of impunity that is going on in the country.